In today's video, I'll show you how to quickly buy and sell stocks on the Robinhood platform. It's easy to do, but there's a few things you need to understand first. And in today's video, I'll be showing you how free stocks work, how to research a company on Robinhood, and how to buy and sell stocks on Robinhood so you can really see how easy it is to do. And if you just found my channel, my name is Casper Trader is the name of the channel, and I post videos about trading stocks on Robinhood. So if that's something you're interested in, feel free to subscribe to the channel where I'll be posting videos more often. And let's get into the free stocks and basically showing you guys how they work. So how we get into the free stocks without getting that little tab, which there's a little chance that it might pop up for you. But how you actually get to it is you click the bottom right corner, which is that little person icon, and then you click free stocks to get to that part. And if we click on this right here, this little button, we'll get a lot of info about how the free stocks work. But I'll just give you a short summary of basically how this functions. So if you take your special link that you get from Robinhood and give it to someone who wants to sign up to Robinhood. For example, if you have a friend or family member who wants to sign up to Robinhood and start trading stocks there, if you give them your link, they will get a free stock if they sign up under that link, and you will also get a free stock. And that stock could be valued between $3, I would say, to even something around like an Apple stock, which right now is like $460. So it's definitely worth it if you're having someone sign up to Robinhood and you refer them. It's definitely worth it to give them your link because there's a chance that you might be able to get a pretty expensive stock, which is basically free money. So who doesn't want it, am I right? And I'll show you guys a little bit of how it works, basically the stocks that I've received from people who have signed up for my referral link. As you can see, the average amount that I get from these stocks is between $3 and I would say $5 to $6. I got lucky with one referral that I got a $9 stock from it, which was Trox, and that was $9.14. But the rest, as you can see, are around $3. One of them was $2.88, but it's around $3 to $6, I would say. So that's basically what kind of stocks you can expect to get. Again, like I said, there's a chance that you might get a more expensive stock, but this is just the average that you usually end up getting. So that's basically how the free stocks work. And now we're going to be moving on to how to research a company on Robinhood. And let's take a stock, for example, that we all know of, and that's Microsoft. Microsoft is currently trading at $210.20 per share. And right here, you can see the price of it, how much it has gone up today in dollars and in percentages. So today, for example, Microsoft has gone up $1.25 or 0.6%. And now you can check out the graph and see more detailed information on how much the stock price has moved. So for example, right now we're on the 1 day mark, but if we click that little button right next to it, we'll go on to the 1 week, where it'll show you how much the stock price has moved over the last week. And you could drag your finger across it and see exactly how much the stock costed at certain times during the day in the last week. And you could do the exact same thing for the last month, last 3 months, last year, and the last 5 years. So you can basically analyze how the stock price has been moving for the last 5 years on the Robinhood app. And if you are more experienced and you know how to use candlesticks, then if you click that little button right next to the 5-year chart, you'll get the candlestick chart where it'll show you basically how the stock price has moved, but with candlesticks, which is a slightly different way to analyze the stock price than just a line graph like this one. But for beginners, line graphs work really well because they're simple and easy to understand. So that's basically how you check out the price of the stock over the last 5 years, 1 year, 3 months, 1 month, etc. And right below that, you'll see your position on if you're holding a stock already, if you purchased one. You'll see the amount of shares you have. For example, I have 3.1 shares. Average cost, basically how much you bought Microsoft stock for on average. So mine's $179. And the market value, which is how much your stocks are worth of Microsoft, $652. And the portfolio diversity, meaning how much of your total portfolio, meaning the total money you have in your Robinhood account, is invested into Microsoft stock. So for me, that's around 11.8%. And then right below that, you'll see the total return and the today's return, meaning today, how much did you earn from this stock? So for me, I made around $4 from this stock or 0.6%. And the total return is around $96 or 17% that I made from this stock. So that's how you analyze basically how much you own of the stocks. And right below that, we see stats. And all of these stats are pretty important. You can go ahead and research them. But I'm going to focus on the last three because usually they're the most checked on. So the market cap is basically how much the stock or the company is worth. So Microsoft is currently worth $1.59 trillion. I know, that's a lot. And the PE ratio is the price to earnings ratio. Basically how much the share price is compared to the earnings that the stock makes, earnings that the stock produces basically. And the dividend yield, it's 0.95% of each stock that you own. So for example, 0.95% of Microsoft stock would be around $1 or $2, sorry. So you'd get about $2 every year from Microsoft if it stayed at this price and the dividend yield stayed the same, just as a little bonus for holding the stock of Microsoft. So hopefully that made sense. And now right below that, you can see the news. And some news will be relevant, some really won't. But you can go ahead and scroll through these and see the recent news for the company that you're looking at. And right below that, you have analyst ratings. And this is where Robinhood incorporates a little bit of more professional people who are in the stock market area, where they'll go ahead and rate stocks. And you can see how their opinions compare to yours. For example, some people say that Microsoft is a great stock to buy, which is 88% of the people who rank the stock. And then some people say, hey, it's not really a good stock to buy. I don't really like it. But it all depends on your opinion. So you can go ahead and read these, but make sure to do your own due diligence first. So that's how you can check out the analyst ratings for the stock. And then right below that, you can see the earnings. And you can see that the slightly lighter dots are basically how much was expected for the company to make in that quarter. And quarters are every 3 months. There you go. And if you take a look, for example, Microsoft has been beating the expectations for their earnings. So the darker one is how much they actually made. So for the last 4 quarters, which is the last year, Microsoft has just been beating expectations, meaning they're making more than people expect them to make, which is usually a good sign for a company, and it signals good growth. And right below that, you can also see that people also bought, which shows you different stocks that if people invest in Microsoft, a lot of them also do invest in Apple, Facebook, Amazon, Disney, and all these other stocks you can scroll through as well. It makes it a little bit easier to find other companies that you would like to invest in. Right below that, you also see featured, and this is just a list of stocks that Robinhood features, like different lists, for example, 100 most popular stocks, software services, computer software. You don't really need to get into that, but it's just there if you'd like it. And right below, you could see your history, basically when you bought Microsoft, when you sold Microsoft, all of that, you could see that pretty easily right here. And you can click on each one of these and see the specific date and specific price you bought it for and all of those details. And then the last thing on the bottom is about Microsoft, which shows you basically what the company is about. So right here it says Microsoft Corp engages in development and support of software, services, and devices and solutions. It operates through the following business, blah, 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 blah. So you can read a little bit more about it if you'd like. Just click the show more button. It shows you their CEO, their headquarters, where they're located, founded, which basically when was the company founded, and the amount of employees it has. So that gives you a little bit more insight into a company before you buy it, or if you just like to do a little bit more research on any company you're looking to buy. So that's basically how you research a company. And now I'm going to be showing you guys how to buy or sell stocks of a certain company. So for example, let's take Microsoft. If you want to buy a share, all you have to do is click that little trade button. For you, it might say buy or sell. But since I have options enabled, which I can make a completely different video about, don't worry about it now. You'll have a similar button right here, but you can select either buy or sell. But if you don't own the stock yet, you'll just have the option to buy it. So for example, let's click buy. And right here, you'll be taken to a screen showing you how much money you have available right underneath this, where it says buy Microsoft. You'll see how much money you have available to spend on this stock. And you can select the amount of shares you want to buy, which is the amount of stocks that you want to buy of this stock. For example, Microsoft we got here. And if I want to buy, let's say 3 stocks of Microsoft, I would just type in 3. It would give you the price that it's at right now. So for example, Microsoft is at $210.21 at the moment. That's the price, for example, I would be wanting to buy it for. And I just click review and then swipe up after that. But there's a little bit of a better way that I prefer. Everyone has their own preferences, but I prefer buying stocks not through the market buy. And I wish Robinhood made it a little bit easier to find this. But what you do is you click that upper right hand corner where, for example, mine says shares, and you'll click limit order. And this is where you can select the exact price that you want to buy Microsoft for. So right now, let's say you don't want to buy Microsoft for $210. You think it's overpriced, but when it drops down maybe later today to $205 per share, if it does drop, you'll just automatically buy the stock. So let's say Microsoft, I want to buy it at $205. I don't want to buy it for a penny more. So I would just write in 205, continue. I would select either market hours or extended hours, which market hours is the time that the stock market is officially open, but there's also pre-market hours and after market hours, meaning that the stock market trades a little bit before the market opens and a little bit after it actually opens. So you can also trade between those times, which gives you a little bit of a bigger time frame. So let's say I want to do extended hours. So maybe after the stock market closes, if it does dip down, I'll still be able to purchase a share. And then I'll click continue from there, time in force, and this will give you basically how long you want this order to stay open. So if you just want to buy it today, and if your order doesn't get filled today, you don't want to buy it at all, you just select 5 p.m. today. But if you want it to just be ongoing, so for example, 2 weeks from now, if it drops down to $205 per share, it'll just buy it for you automatically. But if you just want it for today, then you just select the 5 p.m. today or the 3 p.m. today, depending on what you selected for market hours. Then from there, you would click continue, and your order would be all set and ready to go. The last thing you need to do is review, and if you don't have enough money, you'll get this little pop-up. So for example, if I wanted to buy 3 shares of Microsoft for $205, I would need to deposit a little bit more, so $201 more to buy this much of the stock. So I would just have to click make deposit if I do want to make a deposit and take more money from my bank into my Robinhood account to buy this stock. But for example, if you don't have enough money, we can simply do is just decrease the amount of shares that you want to buy. So let's say I want to just buy 1 share. I would click review and see that pop-up won't come up, meaning I have enough money to buy it, and I just swipe up and submit the order. And when you swipe up, the order is just on its way to Robinhood, and whenever the stock price will hit your limit price, for example, 205 here, this stock will be purchased. But if you don't do any of the limit prices and you just buy at the market price, Robinhood just buy the stock at the exact price that it's at right now, and you'll own that stock right there. So that's what you have to do to buy a stock. And now, for example, if you want to sell a stock, let's switch over to Apple. If I want to sell my Apple stock, for example, I have 1.3 shares. What I would have to do is click the trade button or buy or sell, depending on what you have right here. I would click sell and then select the amount of shares that I want to sell. And let's say I want to sell one full stock of Apple. I type in number of shares, and I'd most likely go into limit order, meaning let's say I want Apple to go up a little bit before I sell it. Maybe today I think it'll go up by $2 more. So I only want to sell it for $462 per share. So I would click continue. That means it'll lock in the price. So only once it hits that price that I wrote down, it'll sell it. But if it's below that, it won't sell it. I'd click continue, then choose market hours or extended hours like we discussed previously. Let's say after market, it dips or it jumps up a little bit, so I can sell it then. I just like to choose that personally. I'd click continue, and then the 5 p.m. today or good till canceled, which is November 16th. So by November 16th, this order will still be valid and ongoing. So let's say I would choose November 16th because I want this to sell not today. If it goes up tomorrow or a week from now, I still want to sell it. I don't care if it's just today. I would click continue, and then you'd have your order all ready to go. And then last thing you have to do is click review and swipe up to submit your order. So that's basically what you have to do to submit your order to sell a stock on Robinhood. So we just went over how to buy and now sell a stock on Robinhood. So I hope that helped you guys in today's video. I really appreciate if you guys could smash that like button below and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you guys have not yet. If you guys did find value in the video, I'm happy I could help, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.